Hey there, I'm Joe LoRusso, Director of Aviation here at Ramos Law, and I'm going to be looking at popular movies with aviation scenes in them and deciding how realistic are they and generally reacting to them. In addition to being an aviation lawyer and Director of Aviation here at Ramos Law, I'm also a ATP-rated pilot, been flying for over 2 decades, so I'm looking forward to seeing these videos.
You can practically see it from here.
What?
Home.
Okay, this is Dunkirk, and this is a hyper-realistic movie about the evacuation of Dunkirk. That was a big one for the RAF. A bunch of boats pull in soldiers, like regular fishing boats, people with just random personally owned boats, and of course military vessels as well, pulling soldiers back over to England. Air support provided by Spitfires.
She's turning, you must have damaged her.
Where's the escort?
I got one
So this movie is just awesome purely for the fact that these are actual Spitfires. Really, really, really neat airplane. They were using 2-seat Spitfires, which is super rare, the training Spitfires. But then in some of the shots too, especially in the close-up ones, you can tell it's not a Spitfire. But the outside ones definitely look like Spitfires.
I'm going down.
I'm on him, bail out.
That's 100% real. It's a ditching. He's checking the wave height. Airplanes, even nowadays, have ditching wave heights. And you're basically trying to figure out which way is the appropriate way to enter the water, depending on obviously the direction of the water, but also the height of the waves. And then the decision is made there. A lot of times, the go-to is you always crack your canopy, right? So that you have a way to get out when you land. So you always land with the canopy open. Obviously, that decision gets made in different ways, depending on if you're going to ditch in water.
Now the swell looks good, I'm ditching.
There you hear him call the ditching. So it looked like we've seen it now twice. It looks like that's a BF-109. I heard they did not actually get 109s or ME-109s for this movie. I'm not sure if it's CGI or they just subbed in something, but an amazing airplane. Really, really impressive airplane. Not that this Spitfire wasn't. Spitfire is a pretty impactful airplane for the war, but a 109 is a far greater airplane.
He's turning tail. I'm going to get after him. Good luck.
What's your fuel? You're at 15 gallons.
15 gallons, understood. Best of luck, Collins.
This is very common to follow somebody in ditching if you're in a 2-ship. You always want to follow them all the way in for a couple of reasons. One, are they alive when they hit? You're reporting that back in 2 location, right? So that you know exactly where they're at. So this is very common. They would follow each other all the way to the water.
Collins, do you read?
Yeah, that engine is just amazing. This is such a fantastic movie. That's an Allison V12, and it has a very distinct sound. The ditching in this, super realistic. The only issue on it, it looked like he killed the engine just prior to touchdown, which is a great idea, right? You don't want a big spinning blade out there as you're coming into water to catch water and flip you all sorts of different directions. So a lot of ditching maneuvers or procedures in single-engine prop-driven airplanes are to shut the prop off right before you come in. But you would expect to get hit and curled. So some of the blades curled. It didn't look like the blades were curled at all. So I wonder if they just floated a Spitfire in the water there or CGI'd it. But really, really good. When he said, when Tom Hardy said, was calling the guy Collins over and over, and there wasn't any response, that was also very realistic. He's already unclipped his headset. The goal is to try and minimize things that would keep you in the airplane. So obviously you're going to wear your seatbelt when you ditch, but he's already unplugging his headset. The last thing you want is to get out and be stuck in the airplane as it's sinking by the headset cable. So he's already unplugged. He probably already removed oxygen, got the canopy slid back. He's ready to get out of that airplane as soon as it comes to a stop in the water. So awesome movie. The flying in this movie is incredible. If you haven't seen it, go see it. 10 out of 10 all the way around for me.